comrades, it's Premier River, and we are back again, and we have our first ever distribution center. I am having a good day here. We have some work to get done. We've got plenty of money. Look at that, and it's all ours at this point. If we come over here, we have no loan. So that is our moolah that we made. We've got way more rubles now than we do dollars, which took a while to get to. So we have this distribution area, and I was going to actually come back a little while ago, but I realized we didn't have a gas station down here, which I think will cause problems for the construction as well as for this, the new distribution area that we have. So what I would like to do too is I'm thinking that it really wouldn't hurt to have two gas stations here, because we're going to have these trucks coming in and out of here all the time, and I don't want them to have to drive this far. And I'm wondering if we couldn't fit, like this road is just nothing but design, so we could always, and this is just a road to get us back into the possibility of having drop-offs there, right? Like, which, if we're going to have this distribution bringing stone in, and this was a road supply depot, like I don't really know that we need that in the same way. Like, the reason I would build these all the time is because if we sent like two dumpers over here to go get gravel, I didn't want them clogging this up or vice versa, right? So let's just go see if we can't get in a regular road depot, right? Vehicles depot. We'll try to get it. Yeah, I think this is going to be the best way, right? Now, can we get a gas station in somehow? And I'd like to... The little gas stations are fine, but these regular gas stations do have the advantage of... Yeah, will you go in there? Oh, you're so close. Yeah, you're so close. You're so close, but not quite. Right? Yeah, so let's get rid of that. Because again, I don't even know that we're even going to use that, and if we have to, we'll figure something else out. Now, could I go someplace else? Nah, I don't really want to block this way. I was thinking about this ahead of the episode. Just because I could still see us building a road out this way for some reason, right? Like, you know, this is, like, in some ways it feels like we're at the edge, but we're really not. Like, there's still plenty to go do over in this direction. Just because we're turning left as we get over the bridge doesn't mean we won't want to turn right at some point. Okay. All right, so let's go and get a regular gas station. Yeah, I guess that's fine. All right. So at least we'll have this one to get things going. Good. Look, that guy came down here for like 10 seconds. Nice. All right. And then now we have to get steel over there. All right, so let's get... yeah, so what's the next thing? Let me make sure this guy is assigned to work on a couple more things. All right, we really need to get that gas station done, though. So, but I don't think it's going to hurt if he does some of these roads. Like, in other words, it's just not going to... One project won't interfere with the other, because this one just needs steel and people. So hopefully... Or these, so I have them doing like these roads. So what my plan is to come in here and build like this house and the things that it needs in order to be a house and have people. Right now, I did get a comment about a hospital. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to build one or not. We don't really need it as far as keeping the people. I mean, they don't really keep the people much happier. And I don't really care if they live longer or not at this point. And if it causes some escapes, I don't really care. But I may build one eventually. We'll see. If I built one, it would just be out of the principle of building a hospital, because people should have a hospital, not for any kind of game mechanic that makes it necessary. All right, so what do we want to do? Well, I want to figure out what we're doing here, because these guys have stopped working. It's a little hard to see nowadays with the new thing. So, in other words, I don't have any construction assigned here. I probably should have left that other... How are we doing here? Yeah, we've got a lot of steel and whatnot. So what do we need to do? So see, this guy just got done, and we have this whole loop around here. Oh, that's not quite done, are we? Okay, so we need to get this done, which is fine. All right, let's go ahead and get that done. Now, as far as that goes, Is that the right or wrong side to get into? Of course it's... Well, this one could be done either way, right? But they should be able to go loop up there. Yeah, this one needs to be done from the track that's not completed. And this one could be done from here. No, no, no. This one... Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get a message saying I can't complete that one. Oh, no, maybe he could... Can he go up this way? Yeah. They could go and turn around and come back this one. That's fine. I've kind of thought about I might not need to be doing both of these, and then I didn't want to give it enough thought. Right? Like, like a double circle might not be totally necessary, but I'm glad we have it. And it's actually made me wonder if we shouldn't do something in this area. This one's a little more awkward because of its, like I tried to make that swoop long to make sure, and then if we come across here, it's going to mess up the point in making that swoop long, if that makes sense. We'll see. I like the fact that they can turn around here. That does give us some options. So we may end up, doing something there. All right, well, anyway, these guys are busy again. And what I was going to say, too, is, yeah, now that they're doing that, we definitely just need to get this one done. It'll be fine. We might as well finish this triangle off here. Yeah, see, and then we could come in and get like that done. But what we do also need to do, this is what I wanted to do while we were here, even though I don't, yeah, we got this whole thing done. There was a little bit there, just so you guys know. So that loop is ready to go. All electrified and whatnot. So we are going to come in here and electrify this up. All right. Yeah, and we might as well just do both sides so that we don't have like future problems. But I can't really go too much further now. I was thinking, I didn't realize this wasn't done. I thought he had got done, but he'll be done in a minute, right? So we can shrink this up, we can close this, and then we can talk about the gas station again. Yeah, let me open this up, and I'm going to sneak this guy off into this corner. Right, yeah, so we're still waiting on some steel, right? Now we're waiting on people, which is good, because that shouldn't take too long to get some people over there. And then, yeah, well then we'll get some gas. So that means we could probably really start thinking about what we're going to do down here. And I'd like to do two things. We have some more distribution centers that we're probably going to build. Right, like I'd like to talk about this distribution office, and I'm really wondering if we shouldn't try to do a distribution office for our corn, right? Or will that not work so well? Are we better off just, because it is such a steady flow of things. Look, this guy's getting all jammed up, isn't he? Yeah, I wonder if we should have done this better. Well, we could always improve it, right? I don't want to mess with it now. It's our money maker. But we need to get this done, which, in order to get this project done, we'll need gravel and some people, or maybe an excavator, and then we'd need an excavator, a mixer, and a flatbed. All right, so if we come to here, let's see what we have sitting in this other, like this will just be a little mini construction crew. We need a flatbed. We would need people. Right, we would need a mixer. So there we go. There's three guys sitting around doing nothing as it is. And then what do we have in here as far as, do we want to steal a dumper, or do we just buy another dumper up there? I think we might just buy another dumper up there. And then the excavator, yeah, they're both off working, aren't they? Well, we don't really have to have the excavator to get started. And maybe we'll just let them, I don't want to really... like there's the bulldozer. Yeah, they're probably down on one of these roads. There he is. Yeah, let's leave the excavator go for now. And what we'll do is we'll come back over to this one. Where is it? Right there. And we'll send these guys up to there. All right, so that'll give them some very basics. Let's see, can we close those without... We don't need any mechanical components for these things. That's good. Just that way we don't have to put a covered hull in here. And then I want to come in here and I want to purchase another dumper in the KMZ 5410 dumper version. Yeah, I don't think they've put in another... Yeah, nothing, really haven't added too many trucks. So I should probably go and look. Now that we're at the point, you know, that we actually have money and can worry about things. Right, so that way we can get some gravel drug over here. Now we should have plenty of gravel here, right? Yeah, plenty to get this done. All right, and then it's just going to be a bit of a pain to get enough concrete and whatnot up here and asphalt, but we'll just we have to do what we have to do, and we should have bricks and boards, and then we'll be building our own distribution. So we'll see how this works out, right? And I really haven't used these distribution offices enough. I got the idea of what to do with them, but I can't really say that I know everything that we can do with them. So I'm definitely open to your suggestions as we plow forward here. And then just so you guys don't forget, I did plop another one somewhere over here, right? So we'll build another distribution over in this area, and we'll see about that. That's you know what? I'm glad to see we don't have too much steel in here. That's very good. We don't have too much stuff in here either, but we also have a lot of steel right here, which is fine. All right, so now what else? All right, so we sort of did that, and we have this whole construction crew. And very, very shortly, what I'm thinking of is we're going to leave. We took some vehicles out of here, so we should be able to get this. Oh, it is full. No, we didn't take any out. So we need to get this guy back into work, right? And then the question is, you know, what are we going to do? Now, I did get a comment, are we going to asphalt pave roads? And yeah, really the roads that you need to pave the most, in my opinion, are the ones in the city. Like, paving this road wouldn't be too bad because you're not going to really interfere with people, and you could put a dirt road right alongside of it, right? I don't want to ruin all the trees, but I could just put a dirt road right there and then replace that. So if we want to do this bit of road, you know, like we could come off of here. It might not let us right there, but you could do all but like the last little bit, you know what I mean? Like, you know, we could come off of like here, wherever the last little bit is, right? And we might actually even want to do this. Now, can we, let's see, can we get, yeah, we can get attached here, right? So in other words, when it comes to like paving this stretch, we can, they can use this dirt road around there, right? And then can we do, yeah, say like, so we can just kind of, well, not all the time, of course, but right? So we've just made it possible that we can pave this without, you know, causing too much trauma at that point, right? So we'll see what we can do. I wonder if the distribution systems will handle this better, right? So the point being is, now that we have some money, it certainly might be a good time to start paving, especially like our main road. And I don't want to pave too much of it because we're going to build this. It's also probably a good time to start building this. But let's finish getting this dumb gas station going first. All right. So now I really distracted myself there pretty thoroughly. So what do I want to do? I think I'm going to leave the paving equipment up here. I don't see us building too much. Oh, you know what? We should probably take... Yeah, this really wouldn't hurt. This guy can have the road crane. Right? It's just not going to hurt when he gets to that stage. Plus, it'll get us... Yeah, we can take this mixer, which I do want to have in here permanently. Right? And then, so he's sending that guy out on another project, which is fine. Yep, the other cranes going out, which is what I expected, though I do want to send that crane down to here. We could, yeah, we really can't send any. Everybody's busy, like all of the trucks that I would send down there. So yeah, I don't think I would take anybody out of here just yet. I thought I could, but I really don't want to, especially. Well, there we go. Do we got some people in here? Are we building that? It shouldn't take long to do that gas station. It's only 47 work days. All right, so now that we have that gas station 3/4 built, let's start setting up our distribution. Right? And before I even put any vehicles in here, because I have a tendency to do things like you almost want to pause time or something to make sure they don't get projects, because like you come in here and you say, okay, do this, right? And it says load. Well, I'm like, well, no, I don't want to load there. I want to unload there, right? So let's come over to here. So what I want to do is say, I want you to get your supplies for the open storage from here, right? So load if percentage, and then I want you to unload here. And I think this, I don't think it matters what order or anything you put these. If the storage percentage is, see, and then another thing I don't understand, is this based on the percentage of each item? When the building storage are filled, which is not proper English, right? Like when the building storage is filled to a lower percentage than this, which is confusing in particular to an English speaker, because you would say when the building storages are filled. Well, if the building storage is, then what you're implying to me is that you're talking about the storages, a storage for steel, a storage for prefab panels, a storage for bricks. Maybe that's not how they look at it, right? Like, or is it this just a storage, and then maybe they're talking about this one has storages, right? But again, the wording is pretty confusing here, right? To someone who properly speaks English, that's just very confusing to me, because you're using the plural and you're not using the plural, right? Like building storages are is the way that works in English. So please correct that if nothing else. And I'm assuming we'll find out, right? Maybe you guys know and you can tell me. I don't mean to pick on people's English. It's far better than my Slovak, right? I've always said that, and I truly believe it too. I mean, and English can be tough with those little nuances of this or that. I'm not sure why they made English so tough when it comes to that stuff. I think part of it is the fault of the French, because what happened to English as a language, you know, English is one of the few languages that for a long time wasn't the official language of the country that it was spoken in, right? So you had this situation where a bunch of peasants back in the day spoke English, and all the royalty and the court documents and where you would have formal writing was done in French. So English was allowed to just run like willy-nilly as far as the rules go, like, because there was no real concise, nowadays we have Webster's dictionary or whatever, the one Britannica dictionary, that sort of sets standards for us. And, we have proper English speakers on the news that we hear, and proper English used in court systems. And so anyway, yeah, English has gotten to become a pretty unique language in the world because of its origins, or at least its modern origins, are based in a very lawless, ruleless kind of thing, because it wasn't the official language of Britain at that point, or anywhere. Well, not that there really was a Britain as we would think of it. There was the British Isles, but there was, England as opposed to Wales and Scotland. And well, you guys get the idea. We're not going to get into all that here. So we are building our gas station. Our gas station is built. That's good. We can even talk about a supply for gas here, huh? But for now, what we're going to do is say, buy me the minimum. All right, so at least we have some on hand for sale. The building is without power supply. Why in the world would you be without power supply? Because you are without power supply. So why are you without power supply? Because we never attached this. Okay, well, it's good. I'm glad we didn't fire the whole thing up and then figure it out. Right? Building is without power supply. Yep. So we need to delete something. I don't know that we want to delete this. I'm pretty sure the game still charges you. Big wires. Cancel wires. Right, so I'll delete this one because it seems closer than this one. But I think it's just you pay for each pole, not necessarily for the wires in between. Which is why some people sort of cheat the game, and right, they cheat the game by like going back and zigzagging over a road. so it forms less of these poles. I don't like to do. I think you're just taking advantage of a game mechanic at that point, which I'm not a big fan of too much. I mean, obviously I do it, but yeah, so that's 15 grand for that. Right, and then another 10 grand for that. We can handle it though. And then you should have power, right? Yep, I see a little bouncing around, but let's just make sure. Yep, we have power there. So we should have power. Do we have power here? Yeah, I need some vehicles. I'm aware of that. All right, so in other words, we did the open storage. Now I noticed this before. Like, notice it doesn't select anything. So we actually have to come in here and do that. But I want to do something else first. Let's go and let's add this first. I really don't think it matters. I also want this guy to handle going to here and getting gravel and bringing it back to here. Right? So this is load and then unload here. Right? And I guess, I don't know, this percentage, I want you to just keep running if it's below 80% full, right? And again, I'm really curious to see whether it will fill up these at a lower percentage. Yeah, let's go to 50% on that one. All right, this is the open storage. Now, the other thing I'm curious about, can we use this guy? Is there a limit to the number of these? But I would say I want you to come here. All right, Egg and Ham Warehouse, yeah, and load, and then come down here and unload, right? Yeah, I mean, if you're below 60%. All right, now the question here is going to be, right, we have mechanical components. I don't really want them to go get those, of course, and I won't, but we're going to have some food coming in here. Yeah, let me do some, I don't know. Stop the purchasing. Yes, that's fine. Stop the purchasing, because I don't want to buy this by accident, but we want to, I don't know, I think if we have like 100 food down this way, that'll be fine. And then that's back down. So now we can purchase electrical, mechanical components. Probably want to eventually purchase food too, but right, so then we should have a little more room for food to come down here. All right, so now let's go ahead and we can get 5 vehicles in here, and what I'm thinking of is we get 2 flatbeds, 2 dumpers, and a covered vehicle, right? And I'm just going to buy all new ones just because I want to start switching over to these KMZs. So we're going to get a covered vehicle. We're going to get 2 dumpers. We're going to get an open haul flatbed. All right, that's a good chunk of our money. Oh, look, there they go. Okay, well, I didn't really tell you what to get, but oh, you know, another one that we want to do. Well, let's just see what they do on their own. They seem quite content to plow ahead, don't they? The only thing I would say is at the Egg and Ham Warehouse, I just want you to get food. Right? Really, pretty much the same thing here. I don't want you to take... I don't really want them hauling mechanical components back and forth. So that one we'll put on food. And then the other thing is, can we just go and add, like, wood? Let's see if we end up with wood in here. Right? Like, I want you to come to... Well, you can really come right in here, right? And get wood. Yeah, just this. Lumber as opposed to wood. No, not unload. I want you to load wood. All right, and then we'll unload. Yeah, and then I'll just leave this unchecked, right? Because it could come in here. Yeah, so let's see. Now, do we have... Oh, yeah. Let's just see what happens. I mean, I'm encouraged that they all, like, plowed out of there at 100 miles an hour, right? I'm you know, good. Now, we don't want to do too much down here, of course, until we give those guys a chance to get down here and do their thing. Now, how is our other little construction office are we actually... Okay. Well, I don't know. Are you just not assigned anything else? Okay, so you got your first thing done. Good. It didn't immediately pop up a message of you don't have enough. Right? So we need concrete, gravel, and asphalt, which is going to take a while with one dumper, but I'm okay with that, right? And we need to pay attention a little bit more, I think, to our... Yeah, to this guy. All right, good. So this is all done. Yeah, so let's finish electrifying this. Now, for those of you who never watched or don't know, and hopefully I'm glad you made it on one of your first episodes all the way to the end, I do this in 2 stages because if you don't, it takes 3 times as long. Because every time they get done a section of track, if you're doing electrified track, if you haven't done this manually yet, they turn around and they go back the other way. In other words, they say, hey, I have to work on regular track now. So they turn all the way back and then they go refill with regular track supplies. Then they come all the way back. Did I just crash? Uh-oh. All right, back again. And we're over here. Do we have our gas station done? Yes. Do we have... What do we have here? Did we put the wood in? That was like one of the last things we did, right? No, we didn't put the wood in. So let's go ahead and come up here. And, yeah, let's, this. Right. Let's come over and tell him I want you to go to here. All right, just load lumber. Yeah, I'm not really liking their default percentages too much. And then this... Yeah, I'm going to say unload and just put everything but this wood. I don't want to take the chance that anybody would ever go get that wood and think they should bring it back there. And then... Yeah, I don't see why we'd ever have wood in this one. All right, so just go pick up whatever you want and need to bring back. Because I just want to say, now this... Yeah, really, I should probably put this on gravel just to make me feel better, because it's the only thing that will ever come out of there. Yeah, and then Egg and Ham Warehouse, I just want you to only ever grab food, and then, yeah, only ever drop food. Oh, you know what, though? We could do... Well, we have to talk about our clothing distribution, but it might be smart to set this guy to do clothes and food. But let's think about that as we get this other distribution built, right? Because we don't want double dipping. All right, there we go. So that, I think we're going to start getting stuff down in here. Right, and we didn't add any more burden to the thing. Now we can't move. Well, we can't move anybody in here until we get some work done, right? Yeah, we're building this road still. We're building this road. Do we need to build this one? Not really. What we need to do, I think, is come in here and... Yeah, you know, I think I want a gravel road because we're graveling at least kind of society here, right? We're highfalutin. Are you kidding me? You're gonna do this. All right, I'll take it. Whatever you give me, I'll take it. No, we're gonna play that game. Yeah. Demolish. Yes. I don't know where you were going from and to, but yeah, let's get rid of this. All right, do that, and then you could just be a little dirt road over to the. You can be a little dirt road over to there. And then you probably just need your own little road here, don't you? And then you could probably swoop like that. Yeah. And then you can't get built yet. Oh, yeah, we definitely want to get this one going. That's our fire station. All right. So then, yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, where did we cut off what? Now we have to look at... Yeah, I don't think we need a big... We have medium. Yeah, I'm not sure. I can appreciate the different aesthetics of the medium voltage pole, but I'm not sure that we... maybe there is some specific place in the world that you would really want that, but where would the, this probably goes all the way over to here, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, so we'll get it. Yeah, let's get it to like nicely follow our new railroad tracks. Let's zoom in a little bit. Right. There we go. All right, so that should have, I think that's what, I hope that's what we took out. I should have paid more attention. All right, there we go. So we have this and this and this. Now, do we have, yeah, nothing coming in yet. Right, yeah, we just want to store gravel here. Yeah, so do we have all related vehicles, one dumper? So what's your story? Are you just not, you're coming here, you're just not heading here yet. Okay, good. So would you only get 11? Oh no, you're filling up. Okay, good. All right, so now, so that means we really could probably start moving some vehicles down here, right? So we'll move. Well, yeah, the problem is we need to let this guy get done. I think I'm going to do that between the episodes. What I'm going to do is we'll get this guy and I'll start moving like all these dumpers over, which won't be that dramatic. And then we'll start moving most of all of these construction people down to there. But like until we have the cement factory going and things like that, I don't want to move the like buses out of here, for example, or so we'll leave some stuff here. I guess the biggest thing thinking about what I'm going to move is going to be the dumpers. At least some of the flatbeds will move, like the equipment, like the excavators and whatnot, and the bulldozers, which are all down there right at the moment. All right, and then we'll leave the buses and the cement mixers and maybe some of the dumpers up here. Sort of depends on the project if we're doing asphalt or not. All right, but if we're doing that, there's no real benefit. Well, I guess the benefit to doing asphalt here is not hauling the cement or the stone, but either way, you kind of have to haul it. I don't know that there's any benefit to make asphalt and then drag it over here versus bringing the stone down and then making asphalt. And then, does that make sense? So we'll see. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed the episode. I think it's time, but you can blame it on the crash. So no idea why we crashed there. I will do this. Oh, I didn't go back to that, by the way, because I thought, you know what, let me just get this going in between. So I'm going to go ahead and finish electrifying all of this stuff. That way if it crashes again, I got everything else I want done. And we'll go from there. Or you know what, let's just go say, never mind. We got a minute. I'm sure my YouTube account won't expire in this minute, right? All right, so we've got down there. So let's see, let's just see if it crashes. If it crashes, I'm not coming back. So have a good day. Right. Yes, we want to get all of this electrified. Right, and this and this and that. And that. Yeah, we probably should do this just for the sake of... Yeah, I think we're going to end up leaving that there. I'm pretty sure I just got that. Right? Yeah. Yeah, so that'll electrify pretty much all of this all the way up to where they can then get into here. And then, yeah, I think I might even electrify this little bit, which I don't think it is. But yeah, everything else should be. Yeah, I have to remember to do that little bit. Okay, well, there we go. So let's see. What do we have this guy doing? Oh, yeah, so let's get him on. Yeah, you're not going to be able to reach that one, but you got to do this one. Yeah, I think we'll just do that. All right, well, there we go. So we've got that electrified, and we didn't crash, so I don't know. We'll see. All right, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care of yourselves. Bye-bye.